Babe Ruth once said, "It's hard to beat a person who never gives up. But what if that person cheated?" Just when you thought that athletes would think twice before they put their reputation on the line, you will be shocked at how some of them tried to cheat their way to victory. Here are 12 athletes who got caught cheating live. What's up, Factnatics? Welcome to Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Stay tuned until our number one pick, because she really went the distance to steal the championship. Let's get it on! Number 12. Sammy Sosa, baseball. In 2003, when the Chicago Cubs' Sammy Sosa was at the plate at their game against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, his bat shattered when he made contact. Whoa! Later on, he revealed that he had been using a corked bat that gave him a quicker swing. After getting caught using the illegal bat, Sosa was ejected from the game and was suspended for 8 games after the incident. To this day, Sosa claims that he only accidentally pulled a practice bat in that game. Right, and I'm Superman in disguise. Keep watching because you won't believe the guts of our number one cheater. Number 11, Aussie Team. Cricket. In March 2018, the Australian men's cricket team tried to pull one over on their opponent in what was later called the Sandpaper Gate. Apparently, 3 of its team members were caught cheating to win a game against the South African cricket team. South Africa was leading 2-1 in a 4-match series. Tired of getting hammered, the Aussie team, led by Captain Steve Smith, Vice Captain David Warner, and player Cameron Bancroft, came up with the idea of tampering with the ball. In the now infamous video, Bancroft was seen rubbing the ball aggressively with a small yellow object, after which he immediately put the foreign object inside his trousers. "Is that a ball, or are you just happy to see me?" Umpires approached him to investigate, but he tried to get away with it by showing a microfiber pouch as a cover-up. Luckily, the cameras don't lie. Bancroft, Smith, and Warner eventually admitted to using sandpaper on the ball. Bancroft was slapped with a 9-month ban and 75% slash off his earnings in that game, while the 2 masterminds were given a 1-year ban and were stripped of 100% of their total earnings. Number 10, Boris Onachenko, fencing. Sports Illustrated dubbed him as the greatest cheat in the history of Olympics, and Boris Onachenko, quite honestly, deserved it. In 1976, the Soviet fencer tried to game the system by rewiring his épée blade so that it would light up and give him scores even if his blade didn't land on his opponent. He used this magic sword when he faced Jim Fox, who complained when a touch was recorded even if he wasn't hit. Onachenko was disqualified from the game, was treated as a pariah by the other Soviet athletes, and was even expelled from the army. Number 9, Brandon Jennings, basketball. The officials weren't so eagle-eyed when the Milwaukee Bucks tried to pull a fast one with this hardcore switcheroo. After the Bucks' Andrew Bogut was fouled, Jennings, who wasn't even in the play, went to the free throw line to take the shot. Jennings, who had a better shooting average, almost got away with the deception until the Rockets called out the hat trick. With their misdirection skills, Bogut and Jennings sure could give Penn and Teller a run for their money. Number 8, Renault Team, F1. With just one wrong turn, this high-profile conspiracy could have crashed and burned, literally. But was it worth it? On the 14th lap of the Singapore F1 race in 2008, Renault R28 driver Nelson Piquet Jr. crashed into the circuit wall, which meant a safety car had to be deployed, which also meant the other cars had to be pitted. Since his fellow Renault driver Fernando Alonso made an early pit stop, Alonso was promoted to the race lead. Alonso eventually won that particular race. However, a year later, Piquet came clean and said that he was actually asked to deliberately crash his car to give Alonso a leg up. This prompted the International Automobile Federation to conduct an investigation. The Renault F1 team was given 2 years suspension, but Alonso came out of the scandal scot-free. Number 7. Dwight Howard, basketball. Now this is one sticky situation you wouldn't want to be in. In 2016, during a battle between the Houston Rockets and the Atlanta Hawks, while Paul Millsap of the Hawks was lining up for a free throw, he complained that the ball was oddly sticky. Turns out, Dwight Howard and the Rockets were using Stickum all along. NBA officials confiscated his adhesive, but no penalty was given to him. Instead, NBA fans mocked him for pulling off a trick that actually gave him a disadvantage. Imagine being notoriously known as one of the worst free throw shooters in the league and using a substance that makes it even harder to make a basket. Number 6. Joe Niekro, baseball. In 1987, during a heated game between the Twins and the Angels, a strike was called from the Twins pitcher Joe Niekro. But home plate umpire Tim Cheetah senses something was off with the ball. When Cheetah approached Niekro, the Twins pitcher tried to toss away the emery board and sandpaper he had been using to pull off a curveball. But the bad sleight of hand coupled with his terrible acting skills ultimately gave Niekro away, and he immediately got tossed from the game and got a 10-game suspension. Number 5. Michael Pineda, baseball. 27 years after Niekro's ridiculous cheating fiasco, New York Yankees pitcher Michael Pineda tried to throw his opponent a curveball and manipulate his pitch by using pine tar. Upon inspection, the officials didn't immediately discover the pine tar until they checked Pineda's neck. Perhaps they got a hint from this guy.
I think they're going to check Pineda. Remember, against the Red Sox.
Sorry, not sorry, Pineda. You can't fool this baseball fan. Number 4. Diego Maradona, soccer. Here's the story behind one of the greatest goals and, ironically, one of the most famous cheating scandals in the World Cup. During the 1986 FIFA World Cup quarterfinals match between Argentina and England, Argentina's Diego Maradona scored the first goal with a stunning header. But wait, did he actually hit the ball with his head or with his hand? Argentina went on to win the World Cup that year, but here's the kicker. In 2005, almost 2 decades after the highly debated goal, Maradona admitted that he hit the ball with his hand purposely and no contact with his head was made. I guess the lie haunted him in his dreams all those years. Number 3. Luis Resto, boxing. This next cheating disaster not only cost one boxer's reputation, but also his opponent's life. On June 16, 1983, boxer Luis Resto faced off with Billy Collins Jr., where Resto clearly dominated the fight, leaving Collins brutally beaten up. Collins' father noticed that something was off with Resto's gloves after shaking his hands. Commissioners investigated Resto's gloves and found out that the fighter and his trainer Carlos Lewis removed the padding from both of Resto's gloves, which made his punches land stronger. Resto and Lewis were jailed for 2 years while Collins was told by the doctors that he could no longer fight inside the ring due to his injuries. 9 months later, a depressed and drunken Collins got into a fatal car accident. He was only 22. Number 2, Roberto Rojas, soccer. During the 1989 World Cup match between Chile and Brazil, Chilean goalkeeper Roberto Rojas went to great lengths just to take one for his team, going as far as inflicting injury onto himself. Brazil was up by 1 point, and the Brazilian fans got so excited that one of them threw a flare from the stands onto the pitch. In this video, Rojas can be seen writhing in pain and bleeding profusely from the head, presumably caused by the flare. However, it was later revealed that Rojas actually cut himself with a razor blade hidden in one of his gloves. Because of the incident, Chile was banned in the 1994 World Cup while Rojas was banned in perpetuity, although the ban was lifted in 2001. Hopefully there are no more tricks up Rojas' sleeves, or gloves for that matter. We're finally down to our number 1 pick, but before that, make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content. And of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app's settings. Number 1. Rosie Ruiz, Marathon. Our top spot goes to the most famous marathon cheat of all time, Rosie Ruiz. In 1980, Rosie Ruiz won in the women's category of the prestigious Boston Marathon. She was given her medal, laurel wreath, and a silver bowl. But 8 days later, she was suddenly stripped of her victory after race officials reviewed the videotapes and thousands of photographs, which didn't show her until the last mile of the race. Ruiz also seemed suspicious from her interviews after winning the race. She didn't know the terms common to marathoners and couldn't even identify the landmarks she went through. Even her male counterpart who won that year, Bill Rogers, said no one saw her in the course. She wasn't sweating enough and wore a shirt that was too heavy for a marathoner. Later on, officials found out that Ruiz rode the subway minutes before she won the race. Until her death last year, Ruiz never admitted her offense publicly, but confessed to an acquaintance that she knew she did some marathon course cutting in the 80s. She was just as surprised as everyone when she came in first. And there you have it, our top 12 athletes who got caught cheating live. Which one did you find the most scandalous? Let us know in the comments section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? Want more sports-related snafu? Then check out our countdown of the 20 most embarrassing moments in sports. Till then, stay a winner, Factnatics, and see you in the next video.